Well, well, well. What a day, man. Good old Bitcoin, huh? So what was the reason? Is it because Waller today said, yeah, we're going to get rate cuts? What is it? Or is it because of the fact that the Kremlin has now just stepped back and said, no, we don't want to end the war? What was it? Is everyone all coming in and buying up Bitcoin? Well, part and parcel, yeah. But tonight I'm going to break down exactly what is going on in crypto and how if you pay attention to a certain aspect to the orders, then you can get a good feel for what could be developing. And I'm going to be diving into this chart based on the spot data. And that data is the delta. And how that has effectively aided Bitcoin to make a move to the upside because of the participants coming in. But realistically, it is the anticipation of interest rate cuts. That's the sentiment bit. Then we're going to need the real solid proof of the interest rate cut. So what's going to justify the price moving up? Well, people's expectations, people's beliefs. And I'm going to break that down for you in tonight's live stream. But it's been a good day. It has been a nice day. Have you made money? Have you made money? That's the question. If you have, happy days. Congratulations. I know today, Platinum members did make money because we saw some nice flavor, some pumps to the upside. We caught a fantastic entry on Bitcoin today. I mean, in my opinion, that was a fluke at the precision of the entry, but we had the right idea behind it. I'm going to be talking about that very shortly. We're also going to be talking about a Black Friday discount on the Platinum membership. All right. So that is right now pinned to the top of the chat. It's 20% off. And that sale itself is going to last all the way through till the end of the week. I believe it's going to be, I think it's going to finish Sunday. I think it is something like that. But it's going to be a whole week, Monday to Monday, where you get 20% off the Platinum membership in your first month. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, I've finalized all of the revised masterclasses. I've redone certain masterclasses and they're all on the whiteboard, concentrated, breaking it all down for you, all on the hybrid system. Okay, so those of you that have already done the masterclass sessions, I apologize. I know those ones were long, but these ones are straight cut to the point. Whether it's the first vector above the 50 EMA, the block trade principle, the Brinks box strategy, New York reversals. There's a couple of new ones in there that talk about how to use macros in your everyday trading, what to expect with that. Okay, there's all sorts, order flow and vectors. I've got flavor in there and I've been doing it for the best part of a long time. Mike has asked me to do this for a long time. I just kept on saying, no, there's something missing. There's something missing. And then I ended up introducing the whiteboard and then happy days, ladies and gentlemen. It has been met with love. You guys like the whiteboard. So we thought we would redo all the masterclass sessions, not all of them, but we've done the masterclass sessions, the key masterclass sessions on the hybrid system. So that's going to be released for you very, very soon. So just keep an eye out on the live streams where I introduce it all for you. But I've got an example of what you will get anyway. But anyways, let's just break it all down. Mad love and respect. So yes, I am Greek. Tino must be Greek. Of course I'm Greek. Well, what else would I be? Anyways, so let's get with the program. I got some news for you as well. My dear friend asking about the Japanese yen, huh? Early signs for Japan 2026 wages bolster case for near-term Bank of Japan rate hike. Bank of Japan have got this problem with wage inflation. And all of a sudden the unions are like, we demand more money. Why? Because Donald Trump and his tariffs. So now the Bank of Japan are going to be playing the same game as the Federal Reserve. Like, we need data. But the problem is Bank of Japan are kind of put against the wall. Their yields are shooting up to 1.7%. That's bad news. They've obviously got dollar trading very strongly against the yen, which is smelling of intervention, of Forex. Trump doesn't like that. So now you've got the dollar effectively at a noose. Because at any moment, Bank of Japan will be like, okay, we're done with this. If wage inflation is going to start going up, even though it is still below the 2% mark that they kind of projected, then we're going to have to do something about our bonds because no one is picking up our bonds, and that is a problem. Well, can you blame yourselves? I mean, come on. You went on a mad one and you were buying up all your government bonds, super long bonds. You were going crazy, and investors were like, whoa, 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 what's going on? Why are you so aggressive buying back your bonds? Oh, there's something going off there. We're not liking that, given that Japan want to pump another 28 trillion yen into the economy to stimulate it. I mean, if you're printing money, you're going to give inflation a happy rise. But then, of course, you're going to have to do something about the interest rate because you can't borrow for free for long. Anyway, that's the story right now with the Bank of Japan. But let's just have a look what's going on in the stock market. Look at that. Nasdaq and S&P post a significant gain. And I said earlier on today, we need to start seeing accumulation days. Have we got the accumulation days, ladies and gentlemen? Let's have a look. Let's go and have a look at that. Circle. Sit tight. Sit tight. Nasdaq does not print an accumulation day, but it is relatively decent volume to say the least. Volume was down by -9% on the average. However, it is a positive day for the Nasdaq. Quickly going over into the Nasdaq itself. I mean, what a wonderful erectile move to the upside. Standard vector candle recovery, ladies and gentlemen. And this is one of the strategies in the new masterclass sessions, just trading the basics of the recovery of the vector and the types of vectors that you can actually trade towards. So that's a big thing in there. But just to break that down for you, just what we're going to do now is just go over the trade setups I gave. Here is this setup. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go into exactly the reason why Bitcoin moved today. And it is going to have a little bit of education that's going to help you understand how to read this chart and how to anticipate that if we see this same thing happening again, then the possibility or the probability of price continuing in the direction that we want is more than likely going to play out. But you've got to pay attention to the way this chart presents the information. So I'm going to be getting to that very shortly. So check this out. Not a bad entry. I mean, Euro pissed me off today. It just went up very close to our first target and then said, no, thank you. And then it just rolled over. So this is how difficult it is. I provide setups on positively correlated assets. Okay. Today was Euro up. Okay, it did make a move up a little bit, but I wanted to see a bit of a retrace continuation. Okay, then I wanted to see gold go up. We ripped it with gold. We flopped on Euro, but we ripped it with gold. And I was very reluctant to project gold, but we wanted to see gold make a significant move. And I said, only trade gold once it breaks out of the Asian session range high. And then, of course, what a wonderful move by gold, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. What a beautiful breakout to the upside and some. So those guys who traded gold, they would have made a nice little return on that flavor. Came in at 4,126 and they cleared it up to, they just basically went to 4,133. So they smashed it. But Nasdaq was the flavor. Look at this. I said that I wanted to see Nasdaq make a reversal down